supporting the government in its fight against the corruption. This initiative is about the Kenyan people. It's a movement, because the people who get affected by the corruption is each and every one of us. And therefore, this thing that is going to be launched on the 24th and 25th is to have a national conversation as to how we can involve every one of you, because if we don't do that, it's about really the personal commitment of every single one of you. Because whatever role you are playing as a journalist or an editor or as media owner or whatever it is, or even as a private citizen, what is the personal commitment you're going to be making to be able to deal with this issue? One can ask, what is going to be different this time? I think the difference this time is because I think we have much better organized structure. The first time that it has been recognized that because we have all these anti-corruption agencies, the EACC, the DCI, the police, the courts, the what. But this is the first time that I think we have been able to have a cohesive structure within which to do this collectively as a country and so on. And therefore, we are relying on the media to be able to help that. Because the various sectors that have been mentioned here start doing their own bit in their own ways. The common denominator across all this is the media. And therefore, among all the sectors that are playing in this, you guys in the fourth estate are by far the most important in being able to have the impact. So we are relying on you to do that. I'm very happy that the interest that you have shown in this, because it also shows that you have your own personal commitment as an industry or as a sector to be able to help this country forward. Corruption is not the only thing that the media has to deal with, because it is one of the other things. But more importantly, as you try to coalesce and work together, you're going to find that there are great opportunities for you to be able to set the national agenda on how this country should be going forward. I think all too often you find that the country is, there's a country or a state capture by a few politicians or a few people here and there. And I think that as you group together, you're going to be able to have an opportunity to set the national agenda to help this country move forward in the right way and for the prosperity of everybody. So I thank you and look forward to working with all of you. Let us reclaim our country back. Let us get Kenya where it rightly belongs. And if we succeed in fighting against this corruption, we can all sit back with pride and say, we did it and we were able to make a difference. I thank you.
Yeah, let me ask Lee Karuj to say a couple of words, and then we'll open to a Q&A session to all of you who are here.
Okay, that was a Kenya Private Sector Alliance multi-sectoral forum speaking on corruption matters. Now back in studio with me is the Bahati Member of Parliament, Kimani Ngunjiri, and also Dr. Kilemi Mwiria. And before we moved on to that particular briefing, Dr. you were responding to the challenge raised by Mheshimiwa that the leaders who spoke out yesterday in defense of the president are being opportunistic.
Yes, that they are losers, they have nothing else, and they are looking for a way to go back to Parliament or to Senate or someplace.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, first of all, some of us have not even declared they want to be MPs again or any other position, so it is wrong. And secondly, I said every Kenyan has an opinion. And, at one point or the other, all of us have lost or won, and this is the nature of politics. But that doesn't minimize the extent to which you can contribute. Secondly, he said, we are the ones who are looking for a way to go back. But let me say this. What a lot of people believe is the case is that the group of this group of Ngunjiri, Kuria, and a few others who have taken this stand against some of the things the president is doing, and say, including saying that he is doing nothing, basically are actually the ones who are looking for an opportunity. They realize the president, this is his last term. We need to be in the good books of whoever is coming in, whether in the form of having a senior position and so on. And they're being paid handsomely for it. Let me say that. He said we are the ones who are being paid. We are told they're being paid very handsomely. And that's why I'm saying we need to go to the public and tell them it's so unfortunate they are listening to people who are talking about no development in their constituencies, when even some of that money that could have gone to the development is being stolen and are beneficiaries of this money.
Okay.
It must be made very clear. I think the public needs to know that.
Okay, you said they're being paid, but
Yes.
can you substantiate that?
No. I mean, you said we are being paid. I said there's a very strong belief. There's a very strong belief, and people have said how much money is given over the weekend.
So you're unable to substantiate what you're saying?
You said you can't substantiate. You remember you also said you can't substantiate. This is very common belief, and it is important to tell the voters to be aware of this. So we could be looking for an opportunity to go in, and some of us are not. But I can tell you the people who are defending this position and fighting against corruption and fighting against the unit of the country is because they want to place themselves in a position to benefit from the people that they are supporting right now. Okay. So they should be the last to accuse anybody else of positioning themselves.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, are you positioning yourself?
No, that's not true. And I think that's why maybe the professor is taking a direction of what he thinks in his mind, but it is not there. That is just his
So you have
thinking.
not been paid?
By who? Nobody can pay me myself. I have my money, I have wealth, I have shamba, I have everything I do. Don't forget I'm over 60 years and I was employed in 2013 when I came in the parliament. I've never been employed by anybody. I've never done any contract with the government or county government. I've never done any contract myself. So I stand on my own. And what Kilemi is saying here is not bad because they are thinking, we are in politics, they are thinking what they can do. And also me as a member, I'm talking what I can do. But what I would like to tell him, don't associate myself with the people of Naivasha. Don't associate myself with the people issue of the Central. I'm talking the issue of Bahati, what we have been promised and it has not worked. And I'm not fighting the president because of that, but I'm reminding him, just the way he's reminding us in the media, there's no problem reminding him on that. That's why I'm saying, if you look properly on this issue, it's succession problem. And people are positioning themselves. That one, if you check properly, let me ask you, they are saying now that maybe you responded bad to the president just saying issue Tanga Tanga. People like Peter Kenneth, can you bring that here when he was vying for the seat, what he was telling about, what he was telling the president? The what he was telling the president. Kinamada Karua, you bring it here, what he was saying about the president. But now they are clean. Now they are clean. When we do our democratic right, our democratic right, I'm a member of the parliament to talk what I think. Now I talk the issue of Nini Grogan. That the business in Grogan is dead. In CDB is dead. You go on Ghana is dead. Is anything wrong when I say that? And it is something which is there.
Yeah. So
okay.
He has spoken about.
All right. Okay. And if I can clear that particular audio, because there was also a gentleman.
Very quick. I just want to say that it is quite possible that Mother Karua and Kenneth said all sorts of things against the president. By that time, they were our political opponents. After they lost to the president, it is only fair that you respect the person who has been given the mandate by the people of Kenya. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's like if I lost to Kiraito Moronge, I have to respect him as my governor of Meru County. But while we were contesting, we said all manner of things against each other. So there is nothing surprising about opponents saying things that are not being done and what they will do.
Do you want to
understand
that when you are looking for the seat, you should abuse
not abuse. Say other things? Not abuse. I am just saying, I am just saying that. And if it happened, that's unfortunate. But it's okay. Yes. It's good to reflect, to realize, and that's what we're asking of you also. He is our president. We may not have liked, some of the things that are happening, or that we didn't support then. But because we have another candidate, we have no business, disrespecting him. We have to accept him as our head of state.
Can you tell me disrespecting?
So that's
me.
Okay.
What have I disrespected?
Can I play exactly what it is you said,
yes.
and then it's audio. I hope we'll all be able to hear it.
Na kama Uhuru amechoka afanye election immediately. Yes. Let's go also, not for the party, for the presidential seat. Ifanywe saa hii. Hii mambo yote alimonga linikwishe. Watu wote wanalia. Grogon watu wanalia. Gekomba watu wanalia. Hakuna pahali kungara watu wanalia. No business. Watu ya forest somilas they are crying. Watu wetu hapa wote ambaye hawako pahali ya kukaa Rupagon, Mbolo and other areas they are crying. Hawana maisha. Hakuna serikali imesukuma Mkikuyu na kumweka kwa kona mbaya politically, economically kama hii serikali.
Yeah, that is the problem.
All right.
I just want to say.
Yes.
I want to say.
I'll give you the opportunity.
But I just want to say. you see, the problem is that I think a lot of those points were made out of emotion because it's not true.
No,
it is not true. It is not true the president has elected the Kikuyus. A lot of people from outside Kikuyu land are complaining how much the president has favored Kikuyus. And I've seen a lot of reports in the social media showing how well Kikuyu land is doing compared to other places. So it's good to, instead of making political statements, we have information all over the place, about how much money is being voted for this, how many development projects we have in this place, outside, of course, of the other votes, CDF and county government. So that's not true. Secondly, when you are saying, let us go to the votes now, and we will show him. It's the way you are saying, Nani Waitito was saying, Mtaona. You said, that's what you said. No, you said.
No, you did not say.
Yeah, but you said.
Can you correct what you
said?
said?
Let's go to the ballot now.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you, Mami.
Yeah, let's go to the ballot now.
If somebody, even me as a member of the parliament, if I'm not doing the constituency, what are the voters supposed to say? They are supposed to say, if Ngunjiri is not able to do ABCD, let's go for election. That's normal.
Okay. Now, what is your response now to what the president said back? You said Watuetu. Yes.
Yes.
Wamefinyiliwa basically.
Yes.
They're not doing as well as as would be expected or hoped.
Yes.
And he said that there is no Watuetu. He said he's here to serve all Kenyans.
That's very true. But let me ask you, when he was saying Kemodogeke, that time he was not saying that. Kemodogeke. Well, listen. When he was saying Kemodogeke, he was saying in his mouth. Those were not the words by that time, but now they are the words on that.
What is Kemodogeke in English? What is Kemodogeke in English?
So do two wrongs make a right?
It does make right, but even if I did, then it is not wrong. Let me ask you, you go now, don't talk in the media here, let's go in the ground. And Bagon people, in Joro, Moro, as I'm saying, those people were neglected. The time of Moi, those people were given shambas. They were chased from the forest. They are just in the centers. They are nowhere to feed. They were relying with sawmillers. So millers, we were told it was going to be audited within 3 months, 6 months. Am I wrong to say these people are suffering on this regime?
Yes, you are not.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Are you suggesting that the president should step down?
Who?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that the president
Yeah,
should
if he's
step down?
defeated, he can step down on sorting this issue and putting us together. You go in Ngara, let's go with you here. Don't talk here, let's go down. Ngara, business, there's no business. Gekomba, there's no business. There is no business, there's a problem. He needs to make sure that we are, the time of Kibaki, everybody was doing his business the way it's supposed to be done. And don't forget, I'm a politician, I must present the people. And I'm presenting the people saying the problems which are there. I don't know why you are going head on that. When they are talking on the issue, and me I'm talking with the issue, I don't see the problem.
Okay.
No, but
and
the problem is,
and there was a gentleman, I think, in the clip we listened to. Yes.
The problem is, and I think this is still a problem, is that you are saying the president is discriminating against some people. That's what you are saying.
Don't put my words.
But
I'm saying,
yeah, that's what you are saying.
Let me tell you, Kikuyu community, they are for the business.
Yes.
When I'm referring Grogan and all those areas, I'm referring in Nakuru
I'm not talking about just that.
I'm referring the people.
I'm also
who
talking
do
about.
that
I'm also talking about the other projects you have spoken about. How it is you are doing so badly in Naivasha, in Bahati, in Nairobi, wherever Kikuyus are. So in a sense, you are saying the president is discriminating against his community, which is not true.
Those are your words.
No, it's not my words.
So I'm saying they have problems. They must be sorted out.
And then you are saying, and then you are also saying, therefore, if he can't satisfy these needs, he should step down.
What is the problem?
Yeah. No, I didn't say there's a problem. I didn't say there's. I'm saying that's what you are saying, isn't it? So are you not saying therefore?
Where are you my issue? Is it a problem?
No, I'm not saying that.
They want to take us back on a dictatorship, which was there before. That's why they want to take us. Because
but that's
when I wear my view and I'm elected MP, what is my work?
Okay.
As a member of the parliament.
All right. And what do you have to say to the other legislators, for example, who you serve with in parliament, who came out following the remarks made by yourself and Moses Kuria to talk about the president's development record? You keep mentioning Naivasha. Why do you keep mentioning Naivasha?
Because that is my area where I come from, and that's where there's that big problem, and that's why I'm saying I can mention.
I'm making reference.
Just a minute. You have seen somebody on Muranga saying here, he has mentioned how many roads?
Let me ask you.
That member of parliament has mentioned how many roads? More than 7 roads in one constituency. It is wrong if the member of there can say that they don't have development. But because there's no roads. In my place, not even, let me finish.
Okay. There's one question.
Let him finish his point. Let him finish his point and I'll come to you.
You have just, somebody have said here, the issue of Muranga. 7 road, I don't know road, which road one. It's true. I don't have even one road.
Okay.
One road.
But when
am I not supposed to talk and the president promised? And I'm not fighting for that. I'm reminding him.
Yes, yes. And we've covered that point.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
my question to you is, you're talking about the Mount Kenya Leadership Caucus meeting that was held in Naivasha. That is
Yes.
what you wanted us to play.
Yes.
And I'm asking, why in particular do you want us to play that clip?
Because I want to play. That's a very good question. If we can go that step by step, that's a good question. Because what they said in Naivasha, they even called me, but I refused to go. And what they discussed there, they were challenging openly in the media that the president is not doing for them, Mount Kenya, what they are supposed to deserve according to their vote. But now you are escaping that, you don't want to show that. Then
No, I will show
just
it.
after that,
I will show that.
they came to the parliament, and then they said something different. No, we are okay in Mount Kenya. Somebody who is clever can ask, why were we telling people something, and now we have told them something different, and we are leaders? Are we not supposed to show them the way? I'm sure now the listeners and the voters, they are confused. For them going to say this, and again they come here and say this, that's why we are accused with the corruption. Because if you stand on what you are saying, tomorrow you change what you are saying, it will be look like a corruption. Let me tell you, me, when I was in Rift Valley, in Nakuru, where I'm born myself, when all Kikuyus were in DP and for the city, I stood with Kano, knowing I would lose the vote because Kikuyus were not in the party, but I did not agree to look how I can get the seat and go in the south side. The qualification of Nakuru to be elected or Kikuyu, by that time, abuse Moi, abuse Kanu, you'll be elected. But I stood because of the peace. I said, no, let me just stand with this Mzee, let me work with him, let me cool my people, and I protected. The prosecution was there, could have brought a lot of problems. Let me tell you today, Mami, something very sensitive, and maybe that will be the remark I want to put very strongly. Right now, there's problem in Likia. As I'm coming, I've been just called right now. There's somebody has been killed there, and his goat was stolen. Now, the line which is going to take politically now is going to take politically. That because he is a Kikuyu, and maybe the people of stolen, they have not been known, they will be said he's challenging. Let me tell you, before that, people died in Ilikia, just about a month, 2 months. People died there because of Ongiek. When they were chasing in the forest, they were coming back on their land where they sowed. So they met Ongiek and Kalenjin. They one tribe. They killed each other in a very bad way. But by that time, that is when it will not be an issue by that time. But now, because here is somebody who has been killed and he's a Kikuyu, now it will be an issue. And the politicians now, they will get into that, raising that issue so that we can have a big problem. Those are the things I'm trying to say.
Okay.
We might be sensitive.
All right.
We are giving a lot of details about. We are giving a lot of details about.
Yes. Dr. Let me just play that clip. Then immediately I come to you. Immediately, let me just play that clip of what was said in Naivasha. Then I will come back to Dr.
Their meeting in Naivasha for the last 2 days comes as a culmination of issues that have been boiling beneath their sleeves. According to the over 70 MPs who met in Naivasha, their neglect by the same government the people they represent overwhelmingly supported to ascend to power is evident, and they will no longer remain silent.
Mount Kenya region must claim its rightful share of development in the country within the remaining 4 years of this current administration.
The region has 6 cabinet secretaries whom they are turning the heat on. ICTCS Joe Musheru, who was sent by President Uhuru Kenyatta on Sunday night to listen to the legislators' grievances and report back to him, Transport, Housing and Infrastructure CS James Macharia, Health CS Cecily Karaoke, Trade and Industrialization CS Peter Munya, Youth and Gender Affairs CS Margaret Kobia, and Agriculture CS Mwangi Kionjori. Sources who attended the meeting told NTV that the CSs have become unavailable and they are giving the president a bad name on the ground.
We know that Mount Kenya region contributes over 60% of our country's GDP. Yet only 20% comes back to its people. We have therefore called upon the Commission of Revenue Allocation, CRA, Parliament and other relevant agencies to ensure that the region gets its fair share of resources when it comes to development and implementation of the second generation formula.
The leaders are expected to meet President Uhuru Kenyatta at the end of this week, where they will present their resolutions from the meeting formally.
That we have identified development priorities for our region, and in particular with regards to the following key issues. Matters regarding water, roads, electricity, and agriculture.
The MPs have also blamed the National Assembly leadership, led by Speaker Justin Muturi, of being slow to attend to their needs, especially when presented in Parliament and focusing on other regions. The legislators further want President Uhuru Kenyatta to honor a promise he made in 2013, where he requested that he develops other parts of the country within his first term in office, then turn attention to those places that overwhelmingly voted for him within his second term in office. These places include the Central Kenya. Kennedy Mwiria, NTV, in Naivasha, Nakuru County.
Okay, Daktari, I'm coming to you now.
Yes.
And as you respond to what was said earlier by Mheshimiwa, I want you to also respond to this. Why did you not speak out when this particular statement was made in Naivasha? Why now?
Yeah. First of all, you know, what we spoke about was to defend the president against the fact that he should target only one community. That, or rather, he should forget the rest of the country. He should not be a president of the country. We were defending the president because he was being attacked for fighting corruption and for trying to unite the country by, with the building bridges, project with the Raila Odinga. And that's why I said you need to also ask where have all these questions all of a sudden, because the timing is important. But going back to the MPs, they are not saying that nothing is being done. They have said not enough is being done. And honestly, I would accuse them also of being selfish. If you go around the country, the image they portrayed is not unique to Central Kenya. It's if you go to northeastern Kenya, for example, you go to western Kenya, you go to Nyanza, those people have many more problems than is the case in Central Kenya. And the president is like the father, of a country, of a family. Your business is to make sure you treat everybody equitably, not equally, equitably. Equitably meaning with a certain measure of fairness. That, this child has this weakness, so I need to focus more on this kid. But at the same time, not forgetting that one who is talented. So it is not true that nothing has been happening. And what the MPs were saying is that we need more. We need more than we are getting. And they also say they understand, yes, we must focus on areas that have been disadvantaged historically. But also, they are also saying we understand the president was voted for by other people. It's not just Central Kenya. He would not have been a president if he was only voted by Central Kenya.
So do you agree with him that he was unfairly singled out? Together with Moses Kuria? Now I'm asking Daktari whether he agrees. Do you agree with Mheshimiwa when he says he has been unfairly singled out?
No. I don't agree that he has been unfairly singled out, because they went much further than what these people are saying. They went further by saying our business is not just to vote. That we got you. It says we gave you 8 million votes, which is, of course, that is not possible. We gave you 8 million votes. Therefore, you must repay in equal measure. I don't think there have been, I don't say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I hope as a professor.
But you said,
it should be a person.
No. But you said
okay. Let him
respond. No, but I didn't finish the point I was making.
Okay. Let him finish. Then I'll come to you.
Let me just finish. Then we'll come back to you, Mheshimiwa. And I just wanted to go back to this point about which was not answered. About timing. Why is the explosion now? Why is it that they were exploding now? And I want to say, without fear of contradiction, that the reason there is this explosion by some of our MPs from Central Kenya, it's because of this unity pact between Raila Odinga and President Kenyatta. It's because of the fight against corruption that they have decided to unite. Because this is the timing. And therefore you have to ask a question, and I would like to ask Ngunjiri. Ngunjiri, do you believe that we should unite Kenya, or do you believe only certain communities should unite? Secondly, do you believe in the fight against corruption? Because this is what is leading to all this. All of a sudden, there are problems because the president and Raila said, let's unite. This country, we've been fighting for so many years. Is the situation better than before now that Raila and Uhuru are talking? I want to ask, is it better now in this country than before, than last year? Is this calmness good for the country?
Now,
do you agree with the business community when they say we must all fight corruption?
Let me tell you one thing. And that's why I'm saying, you asked the timing, why now?
Yes.
You asked them.
Yes.
But he's not responding to them.
No, I asked.
He has. He says you've taken a step further.
He said us.
He says you've taken matters a step further. Yes.
He did not say them.
Yes.
You were asking him why reaction now? Why not when the MPs of those people of Naivasha? I think that's what I understand your question.
Yes, I did.
And
I reacted to both.
He's just talking about
but
them.
I reacted to both.
Let me tell you, if you hear what he's talking, these are the people who are given a project and what to say. He doesn't know even what he's saying because he's saying we are fighting corruption. We are not fighting the corruption. And that's why that agenda is there. Can he say where we have seen me talking, not fight the corruption?
No.
Okay,
let me explain.
Okay,
let me explain.
Okay, let him first answer.
Maybe you can answer.
Okay, one question at a time.
You can see.
One question at a time. Okay,
Yes,
so he posed the question to you.
Just let me finish that one first. You know, I am getting him and I'm prepared and a politician, I know how they behave and how we behave. The way they responded there, it is something drafted and given to them because what he is saying that it is those people who want to fight not fight the corruption. There's no statement from me, from any leader I know, from the deputy president. We are not saying we must fight the corruption. That's one. Second, I've been saying something in the media, maybe you have not been listening. All the room I see, I've been saying, you people of Central, I want to remind you, Uhuru, when he was elected, he was not the president of Kikuyu. I've been saying in the media, you must present your issues just like any other MP in this country.
And that's
I've
why
been saying that all through.
I know.
But
yes.
you see now the problem with them.
But I'm asking.
They have hidden agenda.
No.
And you cannot remove it from there.
He asked you, do you support the handshake?
Me, I support the handshake. I support the handshake. Because it has brought the country down. But what I don't agree, it is the handshake to interfere with the politics. Because the way they are doing it now, it is showing the signal which is there.
Let me ask. Let me ask.
Let me tell you.
Let
me finish. Okay.
Because you're talking about the handshake.
Okay, let him finish. Let him finish. Let's give him. Yeah. Let's. Okay. Yeah. Because it's giving the signal.
When you see the president and the former prime minister, Orengo, how they are talking at Kinabadi, we are not fools. You can see. Sema sasa. Sema sasa. Sema. The president said he will surprise people when the time will come. Interpretation of many people. And please forgive me and forgive other people who can interpret. It cannot be shock with the deputy president. It cannot be shock because he said it. People are interpreting, who is this shock? And after seeing that, he has gone with these people. He has gone there when they are saying, we know 2022. Outside them both, the politics which is outside.
He has gone with which people?
Yeah?
You can explain, you know.
He has gone with in Nyanza with the former prime minister and what they are talking Orengo, and it is there. Sema sasa, sema sasa. You know, those things are bringing tension in the country, and it is bringing succession problem, my dear. And watch it. You will see where we are going.
And is that part of what has perhaps shaken your confidence in the president?
No.
Is that part of the reason you're saying he has not?
Responding just the way I can respond as a leader.
Let me ask.
And I'm there to respond as a leader.
Can
I was elected.
Can I ask on the
And I've told you what I'm talking.
Okay.
If the issue of Ngara, if the issue of the other areas, if the issue of people of Bahati, if the issue of the Somila, who should? It is me who should talk.
Let me ask.
But you know, when we started, you told us you're representing the people of Bahati, which is in Rift Valley, and you said you're not talking for Central.
National Assembly. That is, I'm talking about this issue.
Yeah, but I mean,
because I did not go on Naivasha.
Okay.
But I did not go on Naivasha. But in the National Assembly, we are there to talk about Bahati only. We are there to talk about that.
Let me, you know.
The issue here, this is a group fighting the deputy president.
Your very first statement, your very first statement when we started this conversation was you're representing the people of Bahati. Okay.
You also know when I'm
I just want to say something.
On the project.
On
the project.
No.
But when they come in National Assembly,
let me ask you a question.
I'm elected, we pass the budget, we talk all those things as a National Assembly.
All right.
Let's cut and say, these are groups which are made to fight the deputy president.
Okay, Dr. He has another question. Dr. He has another question for you on the handshake. But before that, let's hear what people in Eldoret have to say.
Many thanks, Olive Burrows, and as promised, I am in the streets of Eldoret town, and with me are two gentlemen whom I got to know during the campaign period, and they were very, very energetic and excited about the Jubilee government. So on this day, I want to speak to the two of them to understand if they are still as optimistic as they were during the last two general elections, where they overwhelmingly supported the Jubilee party. Asante sana mzee kwa kuungana na sisi. Nakumbuka time ya campaign ulikuwa very, very energetic about Jubilee, na hapo ndio tulijuana mimi na wewe. Right now, are you also still excited about Jubilee ama unaona iko shida?
Yeah, Jubilee bado iko na nafasi. Bila tulianza mbeleni, tulifanya campaign katika kila mahali. Na mimi I believe Uhuru mwenyewe angechukua in charge ya kuwa president, Kenya tarudi mahali ilikuwa. Bila mtu yeyote. Hii magelele yote ni sawa, ni yale watu waongee. Lakini president mwenyewe aongee kitu moja. Sema Kenya ni moja. Na ague na kila mtu. Sio mahali moja. Na atembee Kenya mzima. Na sana usisahau mahali alianza. Aanze Jerusalem. Ndio aende mahali zingine. Ndio itakuwa mzuri. Yes.
And how do you feel about the whole politics ya Jubilee, maneno ya 2022? Mnaona kwamba Jubilee kidogo ina kosa mwelekeo kwa yale maneno walisema Uhuru 10 alafu Ruto 10.
Unajua hiyo promise Uhuru alitoa lazima azingatie hiyo, because tulisaidia yeye. Yeye angekuwa one time president. Kama hatungekuja kusaidia yeye angepata president, kwa sababu wale wote walikuwa wamechukua. So kama hata America sasa hii kelele iko ya 2020 watu wanafanya campaign huko, iko watu wamejitokeza kufanya campaign ya 2022. Sio kusema ati tume lose focus, lazima tuendelee na focus ile tulifanya, ile agenda tumeweka kwa serikali. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and pengine pia tuzungumze na wewe mzee, vile vile you are also very excited about the Jubilee during the campaigns. It's the time that we met and you kept telling me Wangoi utaona kazi Jubilee itafanya. Now what is the mood hapa Rift Valley, hata Eldoret sana sana, what is the mood? Watu wanafurahia Jubilee venye walikuwa wamefurahia wakati huo?
Kusema ukweli chama cha Jubilee imeenda chini. Wacha tuseme ukweli, si kama vile tulikuwa wakati wa election. Sisi wote tulikuwa mbele na wote tulikuwa tunafanya campaign kabisa, tukiangalia kwamba Uhuru amekuwa rais kwa hiyo mwaka 10. Lakini kwa kusema ukweli saa hii Jubilee imerudi chini. Na nani amerudisha Jubilee chini? Ni rais mwenyewe. Rais mwenyewe amekosa kuchukua charge kwa hii chama. Hii chama itarudi chini kwa sababu yake only the fiction of president. Na mimi naona kitu moja, sijasikia kitu mbaya rais deputy president amefanya, na sijasikia majibu mbaya ambayo amejibu. Tangu mradi aanze uchokozi, deputy president hajachukua maneno yote mbaya. Ameendelea kunyamaza, hata juzi ameweka tweet. Amesema tuendelee kusupport rais. Lakini rais mwenyewe anatoba chama yake. Sijui wako na chama gani anataka aenda. Tunashindwa kabisa. Na hiyo sisi kama Rift Valley tuko chama cha Jubilee, na tuko chama cha Jubilee mpaka William Ruto aseme tuende chama gani. Lakini still kama William Ruto bado wako kwa Jubilee, sisi tuko Jubilee. Kwa hivyo Jubilee kwetu sisi Rift Valley ni Ruto. Bila Ruto sisi hakuna Jubilee. Tuenda kufanya kazi gani Jubilee kama Ruto hakuna? Ya pili. Na namalizia hapo. Ya kwamba vile Uhuru alikuja 64 Stadium akatuambia kwamba mnipatie ruhusa niongoze Kenya for 10 years. After 10 years William Ruto ataongoza. Tuko hapo, no retreat, tuko hapo. Tunataka 10 years ya Ruto, vile tulipatia Uhuru 10 years. Bila hiyo lazima Ruto atuambie tufanye nini. Na lazima Uhuru aelewe saa hii ya kwamba wale watu ambao waliokuwa wabunge akiongoza yeye atapotea. Na kawaida, na lazima ajue Raila akiingia kwa chama inafunjika. Raila akiingia mahali anaingia anafunja. Kwa hivyo Raila anafurahi kabisa. Angalia leo kwa gazeti ya Nation. Amesema ati ODM leo wana advise Jubilee. Tangu lini? Kama ukinaisha Juma wanafukuzwa kwa sababu ya kusupport Ruto, alafu Uhuru anakuwa condemned kwa chama cha na Raila.
Okay, gentlemen, we have to bring this conversation to a close, but just one question for you and one question for you. Mheshimiwa, a lot of people online want to know what has Honorable Kimani done with the 100 million CDF kitty in Bahati.
Now, we are in the media here, and this is politics, and nobody misses his people who can fight him. Can you get his number? I give him.
It's not just one person, it's several people. It's several people.
Can you let me finish?
Yeah, but because it could be a supporter.
Can you let me finish what I'm saying?
Okay, yes.
If he is asking what I've done, I cannot say in the media what I've done.
Why
I can cheat. Let him give you the number. He come in the constituency. to see what I've done.
Mheshimiwa, that is not possible. Lots of people
Well, it's not possible, then don't ask me.
everybody can come. No,
If I ask
Mheshimiwa,
here,
you are accountable to your constituents. What have you done with the 100 million?
You want to say I'm not
kitty?
accountable?
So tell us. Okay.
There's nothing I've not done. The schools, I've done the schools, the maximum, I've done the colleges, I've taken the children to the college, IT, catering, driving lessons. I'm reading in the Bahati constituency. Let him come and see what I'm doing there in the constituency.
I don't disagree.
I have done so much. Let me tell you, if you come to Ezo, 290 constituency, I was number 6. Go and check the record. I was number 6. When you come 11 constituency, Bahati, in education, I'm number 2. I was number 1. It failed somewhere. If you check the education, the private and the government schools, which were going down before, I'm reading in those schools. So I'm doing so well for me, for the maximum I know, I'm doing so well. And when I was doing the campaign, I told people, when I was getting the second seat, if all these people who are looking for the seat here, elect the best. If I'm not done for you, good. Don't elect me.
All right. Okay,
In the
interest of time.
In the interest of time. First of all, it's not fair for you to ask for a viewer to give you a phone number because you could take it personal, and it's not necessary.
No,
but it's not necessary.
That is about you. Those are the bad feeling you have.
No. I just want to say it's not necessary. And when they
my office, I always tell people,
when a voter,
if you want to come in my constituency, they are given the car,
when a voter asks,
and the car will be fueled by CDF. He is taken anywhere he is asking the question.
But it's okay. I mean, that's already.
Yes,
but I just want to say that the voters are right, and it's okay for us to explain what we are doing, like you have done. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just want to say, I will go back to say this. I think we need to be careful in this country that this thing came out because the president and Raila Odinga are talking about uniting this country. We know where we have come from. He says the people that are talking this way are against the DP. We know the 100%. People. We know the people who are talking against Raila Uhuru talks are against the country's unity, because that's what it would seem. Yet, if you look around this country, things have gotten much better. I agree it is good to unite the Kalejins and the Kikuyus. That's good. But let's do better than that and unite the whole country, because we can only be a better country. But we cannot single one person and say, don't talk to so and so. You asked on, one day you asked, why is the president going with these people? These people, Kenyatta was not able to cope with them. Moi was not able to cope with them. Why do you think you are the one who will be able to cope with them? You cannot.
Is it in the record?
Yes. No, it was.
Kenyatta did not, they were able to work with them. Moi was not, Kebaka was not, the both problem was Mukata. I'm not challenging in a bad name. No. But I'm saying what has happened.
Yes, basically you are saying. Basically you are saying, which is in very bad faith, that don't try to work with those people.
No.
Yeah, that's what you are saying. That's precisely what you are saying.
One final thing, because I do really need to close the show. Yeah. But you're saying President Uhuru Kenyatta should honor the commitment he made to the DP.
No, I did not say that. I'm saying what he said and where he left us is we are still there waiting for him to tell us the way forward. You have found those people in the head of it what they are saying. We were told this, do this, and I'm going 10 years, I'm going there 10 years. If he comes and tell us there is a problem now, he is our president. I have changed because of A, B, C, D, and the things are going bad. If there's a corruption, there's this corruption, A, B, C, D.
But the DP himself has come out, and said he's ready to contest for the seat.
Yes.
There's no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
He was told, let me tell you, when he was shown the finger by the former president, retired President Moi, did he get the seat? He did not get the seat. Uhuru.
When he was doing what?
When he was told by Moi, I'm leaving for you, you are the one going to contact. Did he get the seat? He did not get the seat. So Ruto knows there's nobody who has voted in the basket to give somebody, because he is Wanjiko who has voted. Ruto is going down doing his own thing and doing the campaign, as other people they are doing. Okay. They're also doing that.
All right.
What is the problem with that?
Unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thank you so much for your comments and your contributions on Twitter. We will take this conversation forward.
Yes, I just want to say, because he was the last one I wanted to say.
If you give him to finish, I also finish.
Okay, then let me just end the conversation there, unfortunately. Gentlemen, because of time, we now make way.
So I can't talk unless you talk.
We now make way for NTV Sasa.